Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Beth might be gearing up for a showdown with her brother, but things at home are far less intense. When Yellowstone left off, Rip, played by Cole Hauser, was preparing to lead the cowboys to Texas, leaving Beth, Kelly Reilly, behind. Fans won't be shocked to learn, though, that their separation doesn't last long. We start the show where Rip's gone to Texas, and Beth is miserable without him. Reilly previously shared with EW about the second half of Season 5. Within 24 hours, she's like, "When are you coming back?" She has little patience or understanding for his need to go do cowboy work, so she might just make the trip to Texas herself. As the series prepares to air its final episodes, Beth and Rip remain a bright spot for fans, especially amid the uncertainty of how Kevin Costner's John Dutton will exit and the looming face-off between Beth and Jamie Whis Bentley. At least viewers can be assured their favorite couple is solid. "They're great," Reilly says. "Rip is her main source of joy and happiness. She loves him with her whole soul, and that allows me to explore different sides of Beth. We all know her fighter spirit, but with him she's vulnerable. She loves him from a deeply healthy and pure place, the best part of herself." Beth and Rip's love story spans decades, beginning when Rip first arrived at the ranch as a teenager. "He's the only man she's ever loved," says Reilly. "There's something incredibly romantic and soulful about their bond. I think people love the romance of it and how he just laughs when she's being wild. He completely accepts her as she is, which is a really underrated aspect of marriage." Rip's grounding presence has Reilly reflecting on what a true happy ending might look like for Beth. Without the burden of the ranch and the constant fight to protect it, what would she really want? Reilly muses, "What she'd want is a simple, peaceful life on a quiet piece of land, just the two of them. It's not what you might expect, but that's who she really is." Whether fans will get to see this dream in Yellowstone or even a potential future for Beth and Rip remains uncertain, but it's something Reilly is eager to explore. "There are hints about what makes her heart happy," she says. "As an actor, I want to follow that." We'll find out where Beth's journey leads when Yellowstone returns for its final season on Sunday, November 10, on the Paramount Network. Yellowstone star Kelly Reilly has spoken about the deep connection between her character, Beth Dutton, and Rip Wheeler, played by Cole Hauser, in the series' final season. Their love story, which has captivated audiences, is built on mutual acceptance and a soulful bond that has grown since they were teenagers. In previous interviews, Reilly has shared that Rip has been Beth's only true love. "He's the only man she's ever loved," Reilly explains, highlighting how their relationship has a profound romantic and soulful quality. "There's something incredibly romantic about it, which I really enjoy playing, and I think people love the romance of it and the fact that he just laughs at her when she's wild." Rip's easy acceptance of Beth, even when she's at her most intense, has given Reilly an opportunity to show different layers to her character. He accepts her fully for who she is, which I think is a really underrated factor in marriage, she adds, emphasizing the depth of Rip's devotion. This depth of connection has had fans rooting for them as a couple, even as the series has put their relationship through countless trials. Rip is not just Beth's lover, but also her refuge. Reilly describes Rip as Beth's main source of joy, a phrase that captures how essential he is to her happiness and mental stability. Beth is a fiercely protective, often ruthless character in the world of Yellowstone, especially in her relentless fight for her family's legacy and her vendetta against her brother Jamie. However, Rip provides her with an emotional anchor, allowing her to be vulnerable in a way she rarely shows to anyone else. In fact, Reilly has hinted at a longing within Beth for a simpler, more peaceful life, a side to her character that may seem surprising to those who know her primarily as a tough-as-nails businesswoman and the fiercest defender of her family's ranch. Reflecting on what a happy ending would look like for Beth, Reilly explains, if she didn't have the burden of the ranch and fighting for it, what would she want? For Beth, the answer isn't wealth or power. Instead, Reilly imagines Beth's ideal future as a very simple, quiet life on a piece of land that nobody wants, just to be with him. This desire for simplicity contrasts sharply with the high-stakes world of Yellowstone, where betrayal, ambition, and violence are never far away. Despite Beth's tough exterior and her willingness to fight tooth and nail for the ranch, her true happiness is rooted in something quieter and more grounded. It's unlike anything you would have imagined this woman wanted, but actually that's who she is, Reilly explains. Beth's love for Rip and her dream of a peaceful life with him hints at a vulnerability that only those closest to her, like Rip, truly see. As the series heads into its final episodes, fans are curious to see whether this simpler future for Beth and Rip could ever come to fruition. Reilly has suggested that there may be more to come for the couple, with potential storylines that could delve into this desire for a peaceful life away from the ranch. Whether fans will get to see that in Yellowstone or even a potential next chapter of Rip and Beth's story, which is not official but has been talked about, it's something I would love to explore, she hints. This prospect excites Reilly, who is eager to follow the evolution of Beth's character beyond the constant battles and challenges she faces on the ranch. The relationship between Beth and Rip is more than just a romance. It serves as a grounding force in Beth's life, allowing her to access parts of herself that might otherwise be closed off. Rip is her main source of joy and happiness. She loves him with all her soul, and that is such a beautiful place for me to explore other sides of Beth, Reilly says. Fans have seen Beth's fierce, sometimes ruthless persona, but with Rip, she can embrace a softer, more vulnerable side. We all know the fighter. We all know that side of her, but she is vulnerable with her man and loves him from a very different place, Reilly adds. From the healthiest part of her, she loves him, the purest part of her. This complexity in Beth's character, the way she can be both fiercely protective and deeply loving, is part of what has made her one of the most compelling figures on Yellowstone. For Reilly, portraying this balance has been an opportunity to delve into Beth's layers, revealing the ways in which love and loyalty shape her actions. Rip's steadfast support and love give Beth a safe space, a place where she can let down her guard in a way she rarely does elsewhere. He's her main source of joy, and he's her safe space, Reilly notes, illustrating how essential he is to Beth's emotional life. As Yellowstone prepares to conclude, audiences are left wondering whether Beth and Rip will find the peace they long for. Reilly's portrayal of Beth's journey, from a hard-edged businesswoman to a woman who dreams of a simple life with the man she loves, has added depth to the show's narrative. The question of what makes Beth truly happy and whether she'll be able to embrace that happiness is a driving force as the series approaches its end. The series finale is set to air on Sunday, November 10, on the Paramount Network, and fans are eagerly anticipating the resolution to Beth's story. Will she be able to leave behind the burdens of the ranch and find peace with Rip, or will her loyalty to her family and her drive to protect the ranch keep her trapped in the high-stakes world she's known for so long? Reilly's insight suggests that, while Beth may be drawn to a quieter life, the journey to reach it will not be easy. Yet through it all, Rip remains her constant, her anchor, and her joy, a love that has grown from their youth and stands strong in the face of adversity.